Hello and welcome back to my EFL review from game week 42 and 43 from Championship and League 1 and 2 respectively. We'll go through all the games as we usually do if you've not seen an EFL review before, as it has been a couple of weeks, of course, due to the lack of games and the international break and all of that. So, let's just jump straight into my EFL review from game week 42 and 43 from the Championship, League 1 and 2. So jumping straight into the Championship games then on Friday night, and it was West Brom 0, Millwall 0. Millwall not being able to finish their dinner, neither could West Brom in the end. Millwall damaging result for them, more than West Brom you feel, as Millwall pretty much and Middlesbrough combined have gifted Ipswich that promotion spot with their win at Norwich, of course. But yeah, a good point, I guess, for West Brom. Unless they are going to get points deduction, then they do need to start worrying, because they could be in a lot of bother with Leicester down there. We'll speak about them shortly, I should say. Coventry 0, Wednesday 0. I'm not sure how Coventry didn't win this game. 2.3 goals on the XG, 20 shots, 3 on target. Not particularly great. Considering they only had 3 on target, 8 shots for Wednesday, 0 shots for them. They did miss a big chance, but then Coventry missed a load of big chances. Ipswich winning 2-0, and another controversial decision involving Ipswich. Nothing they can do about it, of course, but yeah, it's a bit annoying that it keeps happening to them, because that's twice now. There was a goal last week, or when on Easter Monday against Birmingham, and then it's just, yeah, same happens here. And it's a delayed penalty decision from the ref. I've seen those plenty of times at St Andrews, or a couple of times this season. Just a delayed decision in general, which just make your mind up, referees, please. QPR 0, Bristol City 0. I don't want to talk about it because it's boring. And both these sides are going to be fine. Charlton 1, Preston 2. Good away win for Preston there. Yeah, not a lot to say. Good away win. I mean, Charlton, I don't think are going to go down. I think they will be all right. And Nathan Jones will find a way anyway. Leicester 0, Swansea 1. I mean, what are Leicester doing? Just passing to the Swansea player straight on the edge of their own box, and then Swansea go and score from it with a brilliant, I think was it solo goal, or no, it was a brilliant run. I can't remember his name. Whoever ran at that length of the pitch and then played it into Vipotnik, and he scored the goal. I can check because it was the assist man on that one. Ji-sung ran from all the way from the penalty box all the way to the Swansea end and put it in the net. More misery on Gary Rout. And Leicester, Portsmouth, and them getting a last minute deflected equaliser. Call it luck, call it whatever. It's just Portsmouth getting a massive away result at Middlesbrough in the 97th minute as well, away at Borough, and that is Borough's playoff hopes absolutely gone. You feel they've got Millwall below them. They're at 3 points off Ipswich, who have 2 games in hand as well. That is them done. You feel Oxford with a huge win, although, well, with all the teams winning around them, bar Leicester, it had to be a win for Oxford United, and they had to go over the line against this Watford side. 15 shots to 12, 6 shots on target, 3. Good home win there for Oxford. Sheffield United turning it around against 10-man Hull. Hamer with a penalty, and Danny Ings getting the late winner there in the 88th after Hull took the lead for most of that game through Ollie McBurney in the 5th minute, and then losing John Lundstrom getting sent off. Southampton beating Derby, coming from behind. 2 quick-fire goals from Cienza and Taylor Harwood-Bellis in that one after Derby did go in front via Carlton Morris, but Southampton got over the line in the end, and they're on a brilliant run of form, are the Saints at the moment. Stoke 1, Blackburn 1 is the final game. Not a lot to say between these two. I think both these sides are going to be fine come the end of the season. I know Blackburn are still in that relegation picture a little bit, but yeah, they're going to be fine come the end of the season. And Sunday's result, Birmingham 2, Wrexham 0. Wrexham's playoff hopes taking another dent, and yeah, good performance from us this one, I feel. Yeah, Carlos Vicente, brilliant performance, and it just shows we can do it when we turn up, which has not been the story of our season. I just don't get too many experimentations with the lineup and all of that. But yeah, Good win over Wrexham nonetheless. Table looks like this. Sheffield Wednesday, can they get to positive points? Maybe. I doubt it, but they're still on -4. Leicester 41, 4 points off safety now, which is absolutely gigantic. 44 points for Oxford, 45 points for Portsmouth in 21st. I did realise that the Leicester points deduction upheld. I did not know the definition of that. I thought they were getting their points back. Turns out I know nothing, and they're going to stick with 41, which is quite funny. Bye-bye, Leicester, you're down. 21st sit Pompey, 20th sit West Brom. If they get points deduction, they'll be right in the mix again, even though they are only 2 points above the drop anyway. Blackburn, 4 points from them to Oxford. They are still in it. Kind of Charlton, 5 points above. I think they're going to be okay. Sheffield United, we know, are okay in mid-table. Follows, there's 5-point gap between them and Charlton. Stoke are fine. Birmingham are fine. Swansea, Preston, Watford got absolutely nothing to play for, as do QPR, as do Bristol City, as do Norwich. And then there's an outside chance Derby can get in with how Hull are falling off at the moment, but then they do play us at home next time, and our away form is absolutely dreadful. So you never know. Yeah, and then you've got Derby, yeah, as I said, Wrexham, 4 points off the playoffs. I still think Wrexham would be a bit of a tough ask for them to get in. Hull, I think, will take up that final spot. Southampton on a mega run at the moment. Can they catch Ipswich? But they do have a game in hand, do Ipswich on them. Middlesbrough sit 4th, 72 points, 73 points for Millwall. Them two sides are bottling it. They will just be in the playoffs come the end of the season. You feel Ipswich, 2 games in hand on Millwall, on Middlesbrough, 1 game in hand on Southampton, and 2 games in hand on Hull as well. Ipswich are going up, pretty much certain as well, I feel. Coventry did... Coventry will be up in the next game when they play Blackburn on Friday. That is the Championship done, and we'll jump into League One right now. Into League One we go then, and we start with Cardiff City beating Bolton, kind of ending Bolton's hopes of any top 2 aspirations. You feel good home win for Barry Murphy's side in that one. Lincoln did beat Leyton Orient by 2-1. A good solid home win for Lincoln. Needed win. Well, I don't know why I'm saying it's a needed to win. They're up anyway. Just to be champions, you feel, is a needed win. Plymouth 2, Exeter 2. Absolutely bonkers Devon derby, this one. Exeter thinking they won it in the 87th minute. Just couldn't hold on for dear life, and then they just capitulated really, and drew the game 2-2. Blackpool 3, Peterborough 1. 10-man Blackpool as well, knocking over Peterborough. They're right back in the relegation fight, but then there is 3 points between 21st and 20th. Both these sides on 51 points. A good home win for Ian Efforts. Blackpool needed win for them, as they would have got closer. Well, it would have been 1 point if Exeter did pick up that draw. Well, yeah, of course, which they did. Bradford lost at home to Stevenage. Stevenage really coming on strong now come the end of the season. 67 points for them. They're well clear of Plymouth, who dropped more points. Have got a game in hand. I think that's probably the top 6 sorted in League One. Burton 1, Wimbledon 0. Scrappy kind of game. Burton needed to get over the line in that one to try and stay up, probably. Wimbledon 3 points off the drop now. More problems for them, and their game in hand is against Stockport. I cannot see them staying up. If this continues, and Exeter, you'd feel, have to go to Burton in a couple of weeks as well, I believe. So that should be a massive game at the Pirelli there. Doncaster 1, Reading 0. Owen Bailey's man the match there. 9 shots, for Doncaster in that one. Big win for them. Most of the relegation teams doing quite well this weekend. Doncaster beating Reading, kind of ending their playoff charge, really. Huddersfield 3, Wycombe 3 in an absolute bonkers game. 3 goals, in the 90-plus minutes, of course, or, well, if you include Taylor's for Wycombe, which was in the 90th. But, yeah, Lowe somehow finding a way to equalise in that one. 3-3 draw between them two. Barnsley with a nice 3-1 away win at Rotherham, who look down and out, really. It's a shame to say for Rotherham United, but they are gone. Wigan 2, Mansfield 1, another relegation threatened team winning again. Wigan had to get over the line with all the other teams doing so well around them. Exeter, it's going to be a bit of a stretch for them, I feel, to try and stay in the division. But we look at the table now. Port Vale sit bottom Northampton 23rd. Rotherham, I feel like, have gone. Exeter need to win their next game against Stockport or even beat Burton to probably stay up, and hope Wimbledon or Leyton Orient or somebody loses, but the points just aren't on the board for Exeter. 4 points off up to Peterborough in 16th. Still very, very tight. Exeter with a win, and it would get spicy, especially if all the other teams lost as well. What else have we got? Then we've got the gaggle of teams of Wimbledon, Leyton Orient, Blackpool, Burton, Peterborough, Wigan, all separated within 2 points from 15th down to 20th. Then you've got Doncaster up in 14th, 11 on points with Mansfield, 6 points below or ahead of the drop. Barnsley is safe. I think they're the only ones that can really chill. As Wickham do have an outside chance of the playoffs, but then everybody above them has pretty much a game in hand, bar Reading. Luton have a couple of games in hand, could provide a couple of problems to Plymouth, Huddersfield and Reading maybe, and jump above them. But then Stevenage have a couple of games in hand themselves. Stockport have 3 games in hand on Reading, 2 games in hand on most of the teams around them. So yeah, I think the playoffs are done in League One. If I'm honest, Bolton in 4th. Bradford still sit 3rd after Bolton's loss to Cardiff. Cardiff sit 2nd. Lincoln City sit top of the table. So yeah, Lincoln are going to be champions. Can they get to 100 points? I think it'd be quite... Well, I think they're more likely to finish on over 100 points than they are not to now. Depends how much they care about the end of the season that much. But that is League One done. Let's jump into League Two. Into League Two then we go, and we will start with Bristol Rovers 3, Crawley 1. 10-man Bristol Rovers getting a big victory over Crawley Town in that one. Crawley still just outside that relegation zone, but then a couple of wins when they had the new manager bouncers really helped them. You feel stay in the division, as they still don't look particularly great. MK Dons holding on at the end against Bromley after taking that 2-0 early lead in that one. Bromley still not up yet. Are they going to show signs of bottle, or are they going to win the league? We'll have to wait and see, or just get promoted in general. It would be a brilliant achievement for Bromley if they could. Fleetwood did beat Accrington by 2-1. A good away win for Fleetwood in that one. Over Accrington at the Wham. Yeah, pretty good win for Fleetwood, even though the season means nothing pretty much for these two sides. Barnet beating Barrow in an absolutely crazy game at the Hive. Barnet did dominate this game, but then just couldn't find the answers. Barrow just kept hitting back at them, but they did find a way. Still 2 points off the playoffs, but Chesterfield and Grimsby have games in hand respectively. Above them, Cambridge battering the hell out of Notts County by 4-0. A good win there for Cambridge. 13 shots. Notts County didn't even have a shot on goal. Shot on target, I should say. 3rd versus 4th. Still a point between them. Cambridge jumped back ahead of Notts County. It's one of their games they needed to win. They've got a game in hand on MK Dons as well. Win that and you're back above them. Chesterfield did draw at home to Tranmere. 2 drop points for Paul Cook's side against a poor Tranmere team who realised they need to start fighting sooner. They did get a decent point away here at Paul Cook's. Chesterfield, Grimsby holding on against Crewe in that one. Worth 3-0 up in that game. Just holding on against a Crewe side that really did show some fight towards the end of that, but the damage was already done. Newport beating Harrogate as well. Kind of probably sent Harrogate down, unfortunately for them. Big gap between those two, and Harrogate and Barrow and Newport County now, with Newport's big win there. I'm not gonna back Salford City 0, Gillingham 0, Shrewsbury 1, Oldham 0 as well. Not a lot to say in those ones. And the big shock of the day was Walsall 0, Cheltenham 4, not 1. Big away win for Steve Cottrell's side in that one. Absolutely dominating Walsall in that one. A big victory there. And yeah, that is that. No, we have to do the table. Don't forget about the table. So Harrogate sit on 33 points, Barrow on 33 as well. Big gap opening up. Pretty much sure it is a 5-point gap now. No, 4-point gap. I tell a lie, between Barrow and Harrogate to Newport, Crawley and Tranmere. All those teams very much in the relegation scrap. It can change by the click of a finger or a couple of games. Barrow do have a game in hand, but that is against Oldham, which will provide problems, I would imagine. Yeah, so you got Tranmere, Crawley, Newport, all 20th, 21st, 22nd, then Barrow and Harrogate towards the bottom in 23rd and 24th, or at the bottom, I should say. Cheltenham 19th, 46 points. 18th sit Shrewsbury, 47. They're going to be fine. Gillingham are going to be fine on 50 points. Accrington will be fine on 51 in 16th. Bristol Rovers are fine in 15th as well. Brilliant job from Steve Evans to drag his team out of that drop zone, or towards when he took over, they were down towards the bottom, weren't they? Fleetwood in 14th, of course, as well on 58. Colchester on 60 points in 13th. Walsall sit 12th on 62, outside chance of the playoffs, but they still do have 3 games to go, which might be a bit of a problem for Walsall. Oldham do have a game in hand over Barrow, should win that. But then you've also got Crewe and Barnet ahead of you, and then you've got Grimsby with 2 games in hand, or a game in hand on on Oldham as well, and they've got a game in hand on Chesterfield. So Grimsby still could get in the playoffs, and they do have a superior goal difference, or not superior, but it's a bigger goal difference than what Chesterfield have, who sit 7th. Salford sit 6th. Swindon sit 5th, as if they haven't played each other enough this season within the FA Cup and the league, of course, as well. Notts County sit 4th, a point behind Cambridge, who do have a game in hand, of course, against, I'm not sure who that is against. It's against Grimsby, so that will be an interesting game in hand for both of those. That should be a game to tune into next Tuesday, not tomorrow. I think it's week after, I believe. MK Dons, sit in 2nd, and then Bromley sit top of the table on 83 points, 4 points clear of MK Dons. They just need a couple of more results, or a couple more points, to get over the line and get promoted to the to League One, I should say. So yeah, that is League Two done and dusted. Thank you very much for watching my EFL review for Game Week 43 in League 2 and League 1, and then 42 in the Championship, as there's still another midweek fixture to go in that league, and that should be a big 3-game week coming up. We've got Saturday and then Tuesday, Wednesday games, and then we have a big Saturday, which will be the penultimate game of the season, I think, and then final day is on the 2nd of May, I think, as well. So yeah, don't forget to stay tuned for my predictions for those. Do like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe as well. Watch along should be back for the playoffs, hopefully. If not, we'll get them definitely out for the World Cup. So don't forget to stay tuned for those as well. Thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all on the next one.